the sacred dance, mastering the restless mind. Consider how the ocean contains both turbulent waves on its surface and profound stillness in its depths. Your consciousness is similar. The mind's activity is like the waves, while your true nature remains as unchanging as the ocean's depths. By identifying with the depths rather than the surface, you gain a new perspective on mental agitation. When you create an environment of inner peace, you're not adding something new to your experience, but revealing what was always present beneath the mind's movements. Like a dusty mirror being cleaned, the natural clarity of consciousness becomes apparent when you stop struggling with what arises. The wisdom of appearing weak in the face of temptation lies in its ability to reveal the mechanical nature of desire and aversion. When you don't immediately react to or resist what arises, you create space to observe how these forces operate in your consciousness. This observation itself becomes a powerful tool for transformation. Remember that all experiences, the rise and fall of thoughts, the play of emotions, even the appearance of birth and death, are like dreams to the awakened consciousness. Just as a dreamer caught in a nightmare needs only to awaken rather than solve the dream's problems, your liberation comes through recognition rather than struggle. Your mind's restlessness is not a mistake to be corrected, but an aspect of consciousness to be understood. Like a child who gradually exhausts themselves through activity and naturally settles into rest, the mind will find its own peace when given the space to move through its patterns, while being witnessed with awareness. The practice of allowing temptations to arise without immediately resisting them requires great discrimination. This is not about indulgence, but about understanding. By watching how desires and aversions move through your consciousness, you begin to see their insubstantial nature, their dreamlike quality. Think of how different your relationship with mental activity becomes when you stop treating it as an enemy. Instead of creating an inner battlefield, you create a space of observation and understanding. This shift in approach often naturally leads to the very peace you've been seeking through struggle. Struggle in the process of generating peace and peace through struggle. The apparent weakness you show in the face of challenges is actually a form of strength. The strength to remain present with what arises rather than immediately reacting to it. This presence allows you to see deeply into the nature of experience, to recognize its dreamlike quality while remaining anchored in awareness. Your spiritual resolve strengthens not through rigid control, but through deep understanding. Each time you allow yourself to fully observe the arising and passing of thoughts, emotions, and desires, you develop a more intimate knowledge of their nature. This knowledge naturally leads to freedom. Consider how the effects of Maya, the play of illusion, operate in your experience. Just as a movie screen remains unchanged by the images projected upon it, your true nature remains untouched by the drama of thoughts and emotions. Understanding this allows you to engage with experience while remaining free from entanglement. The inner environment of peace you cultivate is not artificial or imposed, but a recognition of what is already present. Like the silence that underlies all sound, this peace is your natural state, temporarily obscured by mental activity, but never actually disturbed by it. The strength to face your experiences directly, rather than hiding behind habitual reactions. This honest confrontation with your attachments leads to genuine understanding and eventual freedom. Remember that grief and delusion, happiness and misery, are all movements in consciousness, like waves on the ocean's surface. By maintaining awareness of the unchanging depths of your being, you can experience these movements without becoming lost in them. The practice of witnessing without immediate reaction allows you to see how experiences naturally arise and pass away. This seeing reveals the dreamlike nature of all phenomena and strengthens your connection to the unchanging awareness in which all experiences appear. Trust in this process of understanding through observation. The same consciousness that manifests as mental activity also contains the wisdom to recognize its own nature. Your role is to remain present and aware, allowing each experience to reveal its secrets. Your spiritual journey is not about achieving a state of perpetual mental calm, but about recognizing what remains unchanged, regardless of the mind's condition. This recognition brings a deeper peace than any temporary stilling of mental activity could provide. The remainder of the travels may be dark and troublesome. Let your practice be infused with this understanding. You are not trying to fix or change your mind, but to know its true nature. This knowing comes not through control, but through intimate observation and understanding of how consciousness moves and expresses itself. The wisdom that develops through this approach is not intellectual, but experiential. By allowing yourself to fully observe the nature of experience without immediate reaction, you develop a natural immunity to the suffering that comes from identification with passing states. Remember, dear one, that what you seek is not the absence of mental activity, but the recognition of what remains present and unchanged throughout all activity. This recognition brings true peace, true freedom, and the ability to engage with life fully while remaining established in your eternal nature.